monsters? Like you think there's something down there in the deep dark and no one's came across it yet? Maybe something like Nessie from Scotland? Do you think of Bigfoot or Yeti that's somewhere in the deep woods or in the snowy mountains? Do some of you think that Camelot is real? You know, with King Arthur and the Sword and Stone? Do you think that leprechauns are real, protecting their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Or are you into modern day legends like the giant cats of Britain that goes around fields and kills livestock? Well, supposedly. Or are you into foreign urban legends like Kuchisaka Anna, the slipmouth woman from Japan, where she asks you if she's pretty, and if you answer yes, she'll take off her mask and she'll say, "How about now?" And if you say yes or no, she'll kill you. Or from the same country, Teke Teke, about a woman that was left to die on a train track and she got split in half by a train. So now her ghost wanders about the place looking for victims. Now, every race, every country, every religion, every creed has its myths and legends. So many, in fact, it would take me ages to tell you every single myth and legend that is out there in the world. But let me ask you guys something. Has there ever been a legend out there that has ever intrigued you or got you interested? Or did they just downright scare you? Or did you just see them as fairy tales? Or you didn't think much about them because you just think they're just stories to scare or entertain people? It depends on the person really. But have you guys ever wondered as to why or where these legends come from? Has any of these legends or myths ever give you that feeling of awe and wonder? Depending on how you see legends and myths, there is an importance when it comes to myths and legends. And it isn't just one reason, but loads of reasons as to why myths and legends are important. Not just to people, but to countries, religions, and so on. Heck, even countries, religions, and creeds are sometimes built around myths and legends, or was born alongside those countries, religions, and creeds, and so on. But when it comes to today, when it comes to you, the person who is listening to this video, and you're interested in these myths and legends, how did these myths and legends make you feel? Please let me know in the comment section below. But in my opinion, it isn't just one thing that makes these myths and legends important. But there is loads of reasons as to why these myths and legends are important to us, regardless of where you come from. You can be American and love your own American legends, or you can be American and like other people's legends and myths. Ireland, Britain, Japan, China, you know, that sort of stuff. And that goes for everybody and anybody in the world. Maybe you're fascinated with King Arthur and the Sword and the Stone, and you could come from Japan. Or maybe you're from France and you have a fascination with the Mothman legend, which is also from America. But I'm going to tell you guys as to why these myths and legends are important to us. So here we go. Number one, depending on where you live, and I've already said this before, sometimes we build our society around these myths and legends. Like we erect statues of these characters, like for example Robin Hood in Nottingham, like he robs from the rich and gives to the poor. Or there's King Arthur with his sword Excalibur. Or there's St. George that went and fought an evil dragon. I mean, come on, how cool is that? That a knight went and fought a dragon. There's also the legend of the Fountain of Eternal Youth. There's the legendary city of Atlantis. It can be a place, a person, an item, or whatever. I believe the importance of all these legendary items and places and people are there to inspire us. Like King Arthur is there to show us how to be a great leader. Or you want to see Robin Hood going on his many adventures. And not just these guys, but anybody from legends. I mean, heck, we've had movies, we've had games, we've had animations, we've had anime that was inspired by all these people from legends and items and locations. Some of you have probably looked up to legendary people, giving you that inspiration to look forward, make your own legend, to be the best that you can be, overcoming things, fighting against a great evil, loyalty, honor, and all that stuff. All these things are there to inspire you, give you that feeling of awe and wonder, to give you that push of wanting to go and explore and find things for yourself, like maybe trying to find your own treasure, because it has happened before. There's been plenty of cases where people have found buried treasure, like real life buried treasure. And myths and legends also gives you that feeling of, hey, maybe there is something out there. Maybe there might be a monster in the lake. Maybe Bigfoot is out there somewhere. It's those sort of things that gives life its magic. Like when your parents tell you a bedtime story when you was a kid, and they tell you the story of Blackbeard and his band of pirates buried some buried treasure that was never found. And you probably think to yourself, what if one day I found that buried treasure? What if I came across something great? What if I came across the discovery of the century? Like maybe the Holy Grail or a lost pyramid that houses one of the pharaohs. It's myths and legends that we know today that gives us that drive, that push to want to pursue something in life, like trying to find ancient artifacts and learn more about history. And also, you're a native legends gives you that sense of pride. Like, oh, I'm British, and Robin Hood and King Arthur is part of British history. It's stuff like that that gives you that sense of pride, where these two heroes came from. And not just that. Let's just say, for example, that somebody says, oh, King Arthur and Robin Hood had loads of adventures that wasn't written down in the stories. But it could also be left up to your imagination, like, oh, bandits are in the forest, and they've kidnapped Maid Marian, so Robin Hood goes in and saves the day, or something like that. It's all left up to your imagination of what might have happened in Robin's adventures. It's these sort of things that gives us pride, inspiration, giving us that sense of awe and wonder, wanting to push ourselves, wanting to go and find things for ourselves, or heck, maybe you want to find out where these myths and legends came from, and debunk them, thinking that they're exaggerated stories from the past. But you know what? That's okay. That just means you're thinking more rationally. But you know what? Despite if these legends and myths are over-exaggerated or they never existed, they are part of our history. They make us feel that life is worth living. These legends is kind of like a treasure map. You just need to look at the clues, look around and find them. And even if they're not real, you can't help but feel happy that you went on this big massive treasure hunt, or be inspired by these places and characters, and that they're part of your history. And that, my friends, is the importance of myths and legends. And that's all I gotta say. I'm Freaky. Peace out. And please don't forget to check out my other social medias. Please go and check out my alternative video platforms: Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Twitch, and please come and hang out on my Discord server. We can play games, have a movie night or a series night, or you can watch me play a few games. And if you guys have any suggestions of any videos you want me to react to, or any video ideas in general, you can tell me on my Discord. I'm also on Twitter, Gab, Getter, and Paula. I'm on Locals, Tumblr, Minds, and if you guys want to support me, please go and check out my Subscribestar. It's like Patreon, but better. All these things are in the description box below, so please go and check them out and subscribe to them. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out.